welcome back to some more WWE 2K25 MyGM. We are on episode 4 of season 4. We are live and we are on the road to Survivor Series, with the go home show being 3 weeks away and the countdown being 4 weeks away. Survivor Series, the PLE, is a joint production of ECW, Raw, SmackDown, and of course NXT, or should I say a joint production of ECW, SmackDown, Raw, and NXT. There we go. And if you're new to this very channel, make sure to like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notifications bell so you won't miss new content just like this one. And since we are live, feel free to reply in the chat right now if you haven't yet. And our last episode on season 4 of WWE 2K25 and MyGM was episode 3, The Road to Bad Blood. We are in episode 4 now, live. WWE 2K25 MyGM, The Road to Survivor Series. And as you see on your screens, we have all of the matches and the promos lined up for ECW this week in MyGM as we begin the road to Survivor Series. And with that being said, let's confirm booking and let's get into it. And we kick off the brand new week of MyGM with SmackDown, of course. Tag team action to kick off the blue brand this week. The prize fighter Kevin Owens teaming up with Josh Briggs as they take on the team of Tama Tonga and Mark Coffey. And the winners are Kevin Owens and Josh Briggs with the tag team win to kick off SmackDown. A promo from Charlotte Flair calling out Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy, and some triple threat action in the mid-card. The Maverick, Logan Paul, the Always Alpha Eddie Thorpe versus the Scottish Supernova Noam Dar. And it's the Always Alpha Eddie Thorpe with the win. Joe Coffey calls out Akira Tozawa in a promo as well. And these two women are no stranger to one another, especially in MyGM, as Valhalla, the woman formerly known as Sarah Logan, takes on WWE's resident Bird Lady and Laura Valkyria in women's division action in the mid-card as well. Laura Valkyria picks up the victory over Valhalla as a new rivalry between the two superstars has begun in the women's division here on SmackDown. Roxanne Perez cuts a promo. And the main event, The Undertaker versus Kofi Kingston. Which of these two current rivals will get the win in the main event to close out this week's SmackDown in MyGM, as we are drawing closer to Survivor serious as we are on the road to the aforementioned PLE. And the winner is the legendary Undertaker, as he picks up the win over Kofi Kingston. Now on to Monday Night Raw. A opening matchup. The opener for this week's Raw is for the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship at that, as Bayley Fanny Fan takes on Jody Garcia. Which of these two women will become the brand new Women's IC Champion? And the winner is Bayley Fanny Fan is your new Women's Intercontinental Champion. Duke Hudson of Chase U calls out Eric of the War / Viking Raiders. The Genius of the Sky, Io Sky, takes on Indy Hartwell in women's division action in the mid-card one-on-one. And it's Indy Hartwell with the win, as a new rivalry between her and Io Sky has begun within the women's division here on Monday Night Raw. Andre Chase of Chase U cuts a promo. Ivar, the other half of the Viking Raiders, the War Raiders as well, as he takes on the legendary Texas Rattlesnake, the venomous Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it's Stone Cold Steve Austin who picks up the victory. Louis Kaiser and Bronson Reed cut a tag team promo calling out Chase U, Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. In the main event, a David versus Goliath match, or should I say, a David versus Goliath match. Cruz del Toro, formerly known as Raul Mendoza, as he takes on Omos, who is currently the World Heavyweight Championship, or should I say the current World Heavyweight Champion, in a tables match with the championship gold on the line in a tables match in the main event to close out this week's Raw. And the winner is Cruz del Toro, and he is your new World Heavyweight Champion, and regaining the belt from the now former champion, the Nigerian Giant Omos, in the process. Now we are midway through the week with NXT, and we kick off NXT this week with some tag team action. Trick Williams teams up with Tonga Loa, taking on A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller in tag team action to kick off NXT. And it's A-Town Down Under with the tag team win to kick off NXT. Naomi calls out Raquel Rodriguez in a promo. And some women's division action. Clarity Grim Rose takes on Cora Jade in a tables match. And it's Cora Jade with the win, as a new rivalry between her and Grim Rose has begun within the women's division here in NXT. Clarity Grim Rose and Cora Jade. We get a promo from the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov, and some one-on-one action. The Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, and a future Ballot Hall of Famer, as he takes on Charlie Dempsey in one-on-one action. Old school versus new school. The previous generation taking on the current generation. And it's Charlie Dempsey with the win. As another new rivalry has begun on NXT. Orton versus Dempsey. And we get a promo from Santos Escobar calling out the Mad Dragon himself, Ilya Dragunov. And the main event is CM Punk taking on Brooks Jensen in one-on-one action in the main event. Which of these two current rivals will pick up the win in the main event to close out NXT this week? And it's CM Punk with the win. Now we are finally at the end of the first week of episode 4 of season 4 in MyGM of WWE 2K25, and what a way to cap off the first week of this 4th episode in MyGM with some ECW action. The home, the tribe, the land of extreme. And we kick it off with some one-on-one action, and this should be a good one. El Idolo Andrade takes on Axiom to kick off ECW this week. And it's El Idolo Andrade with the win. Becky Lynch calls out Alexa Bliss in a promo, and some women's division action. Miss Parker don't play. Jada Parker takes on the Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane, with a run-in from Fallon Henley. And it's Kairi Sane with the win. A promo from Liv Morgan, and a tables match in ECW OG in ECW legend Devon Dudley of the legendary Dudley Boys, who is no strangers, or should I say, who is no stranger to tables, as he takes on Nathan Fraser. So who will get the win in this tables matchup? Will it be the ECW legend, the legendary Dudley Boy Devon, or will it be Nathan Fraser who gets the win in this tables match? And it's Nathan Fraser with the win. JC Jane cuts a promo, and the main event, an Extreme Rules match. The Ruler Obafemi takes on the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre with a run-in also from Gunther. And it's Drew McIntyre with the win. Three weeks left until Survivor Series. A message from Triple H to Paul Heyman. I had got an email about an ad agency in the arena. How do you feel about giving them a chance? They are currently charging $10K for a 3-week ad campaign. It has the potential to gain us some new fans. Since they're new, they're always the potential to lose some as well. I'll go with the second and latter option. Can't pass up that deal. Let's get it in the books. Triple H sounds good. I'll update you next week. A message from Obafemi to Paul Heyman. Hey, what amazing growth we've seen from we've seen lately from ECW. I like to stay humble when I can, but you have to admit you've seen some amazing growth out of me as well, right? I'm not sure what I'm expecting out of this, but I had to let you know. I'm pretty important to ECW, aren't I? The fans can see that, can you? I'm gonna go with the first option. They say money can solve every problem, but it definitely can. But it definitely helps. Thank you, Paul. This means a lot. I'm glad to know I'm valued. I've certainly had worse bosses. Major decrease to Obafemi's morale. Promise Obafemi a match against Carl Anderson within 3 weeks. Have at least one Extreme Rules match this week. I'm gonna have that match against Carl. Why not have that match against Carl Anderson right now, and also have the match be a Extreme Rules match as the main event for ECW this week. And we kick off this following week, the following week, with some more SmackDown action here in MyGM. Josh Briggs takes on Noam Dar in a backstage brawl one-on-one to kick off SmackDown this week. And it's Josh Briggs with the win, as a new rivalry between him and Noam Dar has begun here on SmackDown. Valhalla cuts a promo calling out Lara Valkyria. Tag team action. The always alpha Eddie Thorpe teams up with the legendary Undertaker to take on Joe Coffey and his tag partner, the Maverick Logan Paul. And it's Eddie Thorpe and Undertaker with the tag team win. Lara Valkyria calls out Valhalla, as Valhalla called her out in a promo moments earlier. And some women's division action, one-on-one, and current rivals at that. Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy, takes on the queen of the blue brand, Charlotte Flair. Roxanne Perez with the win, as the rivalry between Charlotte Flair and Roxanne Perez continues to grow within the women's division here on SmackDown. And we get a promo from Zelina Vega and the Bloodline 2.0. The Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga take on the current tag team champions, Akira Tozawa and Otis, the Alpha Academy, with the tag team titles on the line in a Extreme Rules match as the main event for this week's SmackDown. And the winners are Akira Tozawa and Otis. The Alpha Academy are still your tag team champions. Now on to Monday Night Raw. Women's division action to kick off the show. Lola Vice versus the Queen of Spades, Shayna Baszler. Similar backgrounds. Both MMA fighters turned pro wrestlers. And the winner is Lola Vice with the win over Shayna Baszler to kick off Monday Night Raw. And a tag team promo from Bronson Reed and Lloyd Kaiser calling out Chase U, Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. And a rematch from the previous Raw from the previous week in the Hartwell versus Io Sky. Who will get the win in this matchup? And it's Io Sky with the win. A promo from Andre Chase of Chase U, and a rematch from last week also. Stone Cold Steve Austin, who picked up the victory over Ivar of the War/Viking Raiders, as Stone Cold Steve Austin and Ivar will face each other again, but this time in a one-on-one submission match. And it's Stone Cold Steve Austin with the win once again. The other half of Chase U, Duke Hudson, cuts a promo. And it is time for the main event matchup. The Nigerian Giant Omos takes on Cruz del Toro in one-on-one action. And the winner is the Nigerian Giant Omos with the win. Midway through the week, once again in MyGM with NXT. Fatal 4-way action to kick off the show. A women's fatal 4-way matchup, that is, as Cora Jade, Clarity, Grim Rose, Scarlett, and Jade Cargill all compete against each other to kick off the show. And the winner is Scarlett with the win. Ilya Dragunov cuts a promo. One-on-one women's division action. Raquel Rodriguez takes on her current rival Naomi. And Naomi picks up the victory. A promo from CM Punk. One-on-one action. The Aussie icon and the arrogant Aussie Grayson Waller takes on Tonga Loa in one-on-one action. And it's Grayson Waller with the win. A promo from Trick Williams. A Tornado Tag Team matchup as the main event. Representing Legado del Fantasma, Angel and Santos Escobar take on the monster of all monsters, Braun Strowman, and his tag partner, the Archer of Infamy, the Punishment himself, Damian Priest. And the winners are Legado del Fantasma, Angel, and Santos Escobar. And we cap off the week once again with ECW. Fallon Henley and Kairi Sane compete in this TLC opener to kick off ECW this week. And it's Kairi Sane with the win. And the rivalry between Kairi Sane herself and Fallon Henley continues to grow within the women's division here on ECW. Gunther cuts a promo in a triple threat tables matchup. Devon Dudley of the legendary Dudley Boys alongside alongside Bubba Ray in a ECW OG, and no stranger to tables as well, versus Andrade El Idolo and Axiom. And the winner is Devon Dudley with the win. 5 Feet of Fury, Alexa Bliss cuts a promo. And a fatal 4-way matchup in the women's division. Thea Hale versus Liv Morgan versus Becky Lynch versus JC Jane. And the winner is the man Becky Lynch. A promo from Drew McIntyre in a Extreme Rules matchup as the main event. The Ruler Obafemi versus the Machine Gun Carl Anderson. And the winner is Obafemi with the win. 2 weeks left until Survivor Series. A message from Triple H to Paul Heyman, the ECW GM. Last week's results for the ad agency came back. We ended up with a fan change of minus a negative 4K from the campaign. I'm gonna go with the first option. Let's keep the campaign running and see what happens. I'll let you know how things are going next week. A message from Kalani Jordan, the standout herself. Well, because that is her nickname, WWE wise. A message from Kalani to Paul Heyman. Things aren't working out at ECW. I'm ready to tear I'm ready to tear up my contract and move on. The only way you can convince me to stay is with a 100K bonus. Otherwise, I'm ready to walk out right now. What's it gonna be? I'm gonna go with the first option. Okay, Kalani, I don't want you leaving ECW. Alright, that's moved things over for now. Things are doing business, boss. Major increase to Kalani Jordan's morale. A message from Fallen Henley to Paul Heyman. The crowd has really been getting behind me. It's time we took advantage of that. Put me in the main event of the upcoming show. I deserve top billing. Huh? It's pretty obvious that the viewers want to see me in the biggest matches. Put me in the main event. You know what? I'm gonna go with the fourth option. Why don't we make things interesting? I'm gonna put both of you in the next main event match. Becky Lynch, bring it on. Fallen Henley, I suppose someone has to share the spotlight, even if it's a lesser superstar. Promise Becky Lynch a main event match this week. So I'm gonna go for the opener first. All the matches have been set up for ECW this week. Confirmed booking as we draw closer and closer to Survivor Series, as we are on show 18 of 25, and we are currently in Milan, Italy, and our current budget in MyGM right now is 2 million plus dollars, and the amount of fans that we have in MyGM, it's 3 million plus. Confirmed booking, and we kick off the week once again with some SmackDown action on the blue brand. Kofi Kingston versus The Undertaker as the opener to kick off SmackDown this week. And the winner is the legendary Undertaker with the win over Kofi to kick off SmackDown. Tama Tonga and Jigglypuff 2, Bloodline 2.0, call out Alpha Academy, Akira Tozawa and Otis in a promo. The Maverick, Logan Paul, takes on the always Alpha Eddie Thorpe, and it's Logan Paul with the win. And we get a promo from Roxanne Perez. Akira Tozawa versus Joe Coffey in one-on-one action with a run-in from Jigglypuff 2, and it's Joe Coffey with the win. And we get a promo from Zelina Vega calling out Piper Niven, and some women's division action and the main event as well. Valhalla takes on her current rival Lyra Valkyria, and Valhalla picks up the victory. On to Monday Night Raw now. Eric of the War Raiders, the Viking Raiders, taking on one half of Chase U and Duke Hudson. And it's Eric with the win. Andre Chase, the other half of Chase U, cuts a promo. And some women's division action. And it is for the Women's World Championship. The challenger, Jody Garcia, takes on the current champion, Rhea Bloody Ripley. Rhea Ripley is still the champion. Cruz del Toro cuts a promo, and some more women's division action. This time it's one-on-one, and there's no championship on the line, unlike the Women's World title match between Jody Garcia and Rhea Ripley moments prior. It is Io Sky versus Indy Hartwell, and the winner is Indy Hartwell, who picks up the win over Io Sky. Ivar calls out Stone Cold Steve Austin in a promo. In the main event, a tornado tag match for the women's tag team titles. Maylee, Fanny Fan, and Lola Vice take on the current champions Trish Stratus and Shayna Baszler. And the winners are Maylee, Fanny Fan, and Lola Vice, as the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus is injured for 3 weeks, which is close to a month. On to NXT now, as we are midway through the week. A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller take on their current rivals, Trick Williams and Tonga Loa, in a tag team tables match to kick off the show. And it's Trick Williams and Tonga Loa with the win. And we get a promo from John Cena calling out Santos Escobar. Charlie Dempsey versus Randy Orton in one-on-one action. And it's Randy Orton with the win. Ilya Dragunov cuts a promo. More one-on-one action in the women's division. Raquel Rodriguez takes on Naomi. And the winner is Raquel Rodriguez with the win. And we get a promo from Clarity Grim Rose calling out the mean girl of NXT, Cora Jade. And the main event, some good old one-on-one action. Brooks Jensen taking on the straight edge superstar, the best in the world, the Second City Saint, Chicago made, CM Punk. And it's CM Punk with the win. And we cap off the week once more with ECW. And we kick it off with a Extreme Rules opener. Jada Parker versus Liv Morgan. And it's Liv Morgan with the win, as Liv Morgan is injured for 8 weeks. Alexa Bliss cuts a promo. Extreme Rules match. Nathan Fraser versus the ECW icon, a Hall of Famer, a legend, and one half of the legendary Dudley Boys, alongside Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley in a Extreme Rules match, a match type synonymous with ECW. And the winner is the legendary Devon Dudley, as the rivalry between Devon and Nathan Fraser continues to grow here on ECW. Andrade calls out Axiom in a promo. And some more women's division action on ECW, this time in a triple threat bout. Dakota Kai versus Kalani Jordan versus JC Jane. And the winner is Dakota Kai. A promo from Obafemi. And the main event, one-on-one. The Man Becky Lynch takes on Fallon Henley. And it's Becky Lynch with the win. One week left before Survivor Series, and we are right now in Dayton, Ohio, last week was Milan, Italy. A message from Triple H to Paul Heyman. Results for the second week of the ad campaign came back. The fan change what was apparently 3K plus. If we continue, then this will be the final week of the campaign. Sure, let's keep it going for one more week. Alright, I'll check in with you next week when the campaign wraps up. A message from Devon Dudley to Paul Heyman. Devon Dudley, my contract with ECW will expire at the end of this week. Can't say I've been loving it, but I be prepared to stay another 5 weeks for 122K. I'm gonna go with the first option. Actually, I already have an authorization to extend your contract. First I heard of it. Guess we'll be talking again soon. Triple H from Triple H to Paul Heyman. We have a few influencers who are eager to help our brand. I'm sure there's a way you can help each other. We need to get ECW to the top of the charts. Let's pay them 25K. To the moon, as they say. We'll see what we pay for next week. A message from Gunther to Heyman. I haven't had any matches in a while. The fans are starting to forget about me. It's time you woke up, put me back where I belong. I want a match in the next show. Sure thing. You do seem to get the crowd riled up. I'm gonna go with the middle option. Thanks. About time ECW saw some actual talent in the ring. Small increase to Gunther's morale. Promise Gunther a match this week. Commissioner Gold, ensure your least popular available fighter is in a match this week. All the matches and the promos Everything is set up for the final ECW before Survivor Series. And we kick off this final week of MyGM before Survivor Series with some SmackDown action. Akira Tozawa and Otis Alpha Academy take on the Bloodline 2.0 of Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. And the winners are the Alpha Academy. And the rivalry between the two teams has been completed. Kofi Kingston cuts a promo. Charlotte Flair versus Valhalla in women's division action one-on-one.
Good evening, emoji grinning face.
And the winner is Valhalla, picking up the victory over the Queen and the always elegant Charlotte Flair on SmackDown. The Undertaker cuts a promo. A submission match. The always alpha Eddie Thorpe taking on the Maverick himself, Logan Paul, in a submission match. And who will get the win in this one? And it's Logan Paul with the win, as the rivalry between him and Eddie Thorpe has been completed. R-Truth cuts a promo calling out Mark Coffey. Josh Briggs versus Noam Dar. And it's Josh Briggs with the win, as the rivalry between him and Noam Dar continues to grow on SmackDown. Kevin Owens calls out Mark Coffey. The main event, a backstage brawl for the tag team titles, the women's tag team titles. Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy, teams up with Piper Niven to take on the current champions, the women's tag team champions, that is, Zelina Vega and Lara Valkyria, in the main event. And your new tag team champions, your new women's tag team champions, and Roxanne Perez and Piper Niven. On to Monday Night Raw now. A triple threat opener for the Women's World Championship in a Extreme Rules match. The challengers, Jody Garcia, Mei Lee Fanny Fan, and the current champion, Rhea Ripley. The winner is Rhea Ripley, is still your champion. Tag team action. The War Raiders, the Viking Raiders, whichever tag team name you want to call them by, Ivar and Eric take on the LWO of Rey Mysterio and Cruz del Toro in tag team action. And it's the LWO as Rey Mysterio and Cruz del Toro pick up the tag team victory. A backstage brawl. A Goliath versus David type matchup. The Nigerian Giant Omos takes on the legendary Texas Rattlesnake Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it's the Nigerian Giant Omos with the win.
Good evening, bro.
Some one-on-one women's division action in the Hartwell versus Io Sky. And the winner is Indy Hartwell with the win over Io Sky. And the main event, it is for the WWE World Tag Team titles in the main event. the current champions, Chase U, Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, take on the challengers, their current rivals, Ludwig Kaiser, European Excellence, and his tag partner, the Auxilla, Big Bronson Reed. Chase U are still your world tag team champions.
And yes, I did have a great Thanksgiving.
And now we are midway through this final week of MyGM before Survivor Series. We are now on NXT, and we kick it off with some women's division action. Naomi versus Raquel Rodriguez. Raquel Rodriguez with the win, as the rivalry between her and Naomi has been completed. Randy Orton cuts a promo calling out Charlie Dempsey. Austin Theory, A-Town Down himself, takes on the Punishment, the Archer of Infamy, Damian Priest, in a TLC match. Damian Priest picks up the victory as the Archer of Infamy is injured for 6 weeks. Charlie Dempsey cuts a promo calling out Randy Orton, as Randy called him out in a promo just moments earlier. A backstage brawl, one-on-one. John Cena, the GOAT, the leader of the C Nation, takes on the self-proclaimed Emperor of Lucha Libre, Santos Escobar. And it's Cena with the win. We get a promo from the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. A TLC matchup. Cora Jade takes on her current rival, Clarity Grim Rose. And it's Clarity Grim Rose with the win, as the rivalry between her and Cora Jade has been completed. It is over. CM Punk with the win. Braun Strowman, the monster of all monsters, takes on his current rival Angel in a TLC match. And it's Braun Strowman with the win, as the rivalry between the two, it's over, it's been completed, as Angel is injured for 2 weeks, which is close to a month. And here we are, finally. We cap off the final week of MyGM before Survivor Series. And what a way to cap off the final week with the final ECW before the PLE. With ECW, of course. And we kick it off with a Extreme Rules opener. The Man, Becky Lynch, versus 5 Feet of Fury, Alexa Bliss. And the winner is the Man, Becky Lynch. And the rivalry between the Man and Little Miss Bliss has been completed. A promo from JC Jane. One-on-one action between Andrade and Axiom. Axiom with the win, and the rivalry between Axiom and Andrade has been completed. Another promo this time from Jada Parker. TLC match. The Scottish Warrior versus the Machine Gun. Drew McIntyre versus Carl Anderson. And it's Carl Anderson with the win. Another promo, this time from Thea Hale. Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess, takes on her current rival, Fallon Henley. And it's Kairi Sane with the win, as the rivalry between her and Henley continues to grow. And we get our final promo, this time from Kalani Jordan. And the pop that Kalani got from her promo, a -1 in the promo rating week. Yeah, a not so good promo from the standout herself. In the main event, this is a colossal main event. The Ring General versus the Ruler. Gunther versus Obafemi. And the winner is Gunther, who picks up the win. Survivor Series Week 20. The PLE is finally here. We got a message from Triple H to Paul Heyman. We just got the results from the influencers. Good news, they brought in a very respectable 20K new fans. Glad it paid off. Okay, data is back from the concluding week of the ad campaign. Final change was a -1K fans. How do you feel about the way the campaign went? I'm gonna go with the latter option. A message from Alexa Bliss to Heyman. Look, Heyman, I need to shake things up. I want to use a completely different fighting style from now on. I've got one of the best all-around skill sets at ECW. So as of today, you're going to see me fighting as a specialist. That wasn't part of my plans, but whatever. I made up my mind, so deal with it. Small increase to Alexa Bliss's morale. A message from Jada Parker to Heyman as well. Jada Parker, hey, I don't know if you heard, but Becky Lynch drank my pumpkin spice latte this morning, and I'm pretty sure it was deliberate. I've had enough of her constant respect. I want to teach her a lesson in the ring, and I can promise you I'm going to bring the heat. An instant rivalry sounds good. You can fight her this week. good. My fist in her face might make her rethink her attitude. Small increase to Jada Parker's morale. Promise Jada Parker a match against Becky Lynch this week. Women's Fatal 4-Way Hell in a Cell. Anything goes inside a towel ring 20-foot cell. Who do I want to pick for the ECW side? So I'm gonna pick one of these women on the ECW side based on popularity. Hey, I'm gonna put Jada Parker in a match against Becky Lynch in the mid card. So who do I want to pick? Do I want to pick Fallon Henley, whose popularity is at number 82? Kairi Sane at 76. JC Jane at 55. Thea Hale at 46. Dakota Kai, whose popularity is at 55. Alexa Bliss at 59. Or Kalani Jordan, whose popularity is at 40. So I'm gonna go with Kairi Sane. Well, since she is at 17, at number 17, a lot higher than Bliss, Kai, Hale, Parker, Jane, and Kalani, as well as Fallon Henley, but less than Becky Lynch, who is at 24. So yeah, I'm gonna pick Kairi Sane on the ECW side. And for the mid-card side, I'm gonna put Jada Parker in a match against Becky Lynch. And the match is going to be a Extreme Rules match. Okay. And the main event, a men's Fatal 4-Way Hell in a Cell. Anything goes inside a towering 20-foot cell. Okay, so for the ECW side, I'm going to pick Obafemi, Gunther, or the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna go back a bit. In it, I also have to rest my male solo champions for this week. So I'm not gonna, so I won't pick Obafemi or Drew McIntyre. I need to rest up my champions for the week. So for the ECW side, I'm gonna pick the Reign General Gunther. All of the matches have been set up for Survivor Series War Games, especially on the ECW side. It is time to kick off Survivor Series War Games with our Women's Fatal 4-Way Hell in a Cell opener. From Monday Night Raw, Indy Hartwell teams up with Bianca Belair from NXT as they take on Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess from ECW, and she teams up with the current Women's Champion from SmackDown in Zelina Vega. And this should be a competitive contest to kick off the show. Select, spectate. If you made it this far during this stream, during this episode of my GM, make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notifications bell so you won't miss new content just like this one. And we kick off Survivor Series War Games in Hartford, Connecticut with this women's tag team Hell in a Cell matchup. And here comes the first half of Team 1, Indy Hartwell, as she will team up with Bianca Belair from NXT.
Making her way to the ring from Melbourne, Australia, Indy Hartwell. Indy Hartwell has already had reigns with the NXT Tag Titles and the NXT Women's Championship. Truly battle-tested. She's ready to continue that success on the main roster. Would you say, Cole, that she's impressive?
Indy Hartwell is in the ring, has made her entrance, and here comes her tag team partner in this matchup, Bianca Belair from NXT.
From Knoxville, Tennessee, Bianca Belair. Before dominating here in WWE, she was a decorated collegiate athlete. Yeah, but let's talk about some of that dominance here in WWE, Michael. Bianca Belair, a former Royal Rumble winner, a multi-time women's champion as well. It's starting to look like there truly aren't any limits that Bianca Belair can't reach. The EST Bianca Belair always has such a big smile on her face. Well, that's just because Bianca hasn't realized you're down here yet.
Bianca Belair has made her entrance, and here comes the other team in this matchup, in this tag team Hell in a Cell matchup. And here comes the Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane from ECW.
And representing Damage Control from Yamaguchi, Japan. After setting sail away from WWE, Sane once again dominated Japan and returned with a new attitude. A new attitude and tons of Since coming back to WWE, Kyrie has become synonymous with success. Now she knows exactly what she needs to do to win.
Kairi Sane has made her entrance, and here comes her tag team partner, Zelina Vega from SmackDown.
Representing the LWO from Queens, New York, the WWE Women's Champion, Zelina Vega.
Zelina, one of the smallest competitors with the biggest heart.
Yeah, now Zelina is sitting under the learning tree of Rey Mysterio and the rest of the LWO. Zelina really has a chance to break out even further.
Zelina looking to make the LWO and her family proud tonight.
Zelina Vega has made her entrance, and this is actually a fatal four-way Hell in a Cell matchup and not a tag team Hell in a Cell matchup. But this matchup is underway regardless. Kairi Sane, Indy Hartwell, Bianca Belair, and Zelina Vega, and the bell has rung, and the matchup is underway.
Maybe just testing the waters with that one.
Strong impact from Zelina Vega. Bianca outthought her there. Every counter being answered with another. And now Hartwell. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Watch his strength. Face first. Finds the room to land a back elbow. Oh, what a spear. Belair into the quick cover. Gets the shoulder up.
She's trying to drain some energy with that early cover.
Oh, the moonsault connects. And she heads out to the floor. Obviously was in need of a breather. Stinging right to the back. That showed a complete lack of respect for your competition and for our sport. Nice running crossbody. Taking out the arm, great strategy. She's taken her share of blows at this point. I think she still has time to collect herself and get back in this mode.
There's a lot of hard ways to land, but that might be the hardest.
Fends it off. Good counter. Trapped in a tough situation, trying to find her way out. And she does. Deep arm drag. Head scissor. That's going to fire you up with anger. Belair able to counter. Nice takedown. Stack them up. Oh, wait a minute. Turns the leverage for a pin of their own. Quick counter to cover.
An easy kick out there. At this point in the match, I'm not surprised. Neck breaker.
Kairi Sane with some good timing here. That might slow down Sane for a moment.
Just punishing their opponent.
What a hurricanrana. That maneuver goes to show you how much speed kills. And here we go, returning to the ring. And inverted backbreaker. Ow. And that DDT was well delivered. Drop kick to the spine. Makes the cover. She overcomes the pinfall attempt. Yeah, she probably knew that cover wouldn't do it. Turns that back on some...
Able to save herself there.
DDT! Leading her into the corner now. Check your face after that one. trying her best to fight out of harm's way. Look at this, going right after the left arm. Gotta hurt. Making the arm numb makes your opponent very vulnerable. Face first. She's being derailed here. Hell in a Cell isn't just about trying to win the match, it's about struggling to survive. The power of Bianca Belair. K.O.D. She's got her pin. This might be the end. And she just stopped the pin. Then down to Indy Hartwell. Incoming. Bam! She flipped that attack around. From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash! Here's Kyrie looking to secure the match. That breaks the count. This match continues on. Foot in the corner now. Connects. Saw it coming. That's a lot of blood starting to pour from Zelina's head. Scoop slam. Kyrie saying from the ropes and does not get it. Oh, man, she finds a hard landing on the outside. Taking things back into the ring. Watch out! Running bulldog. And Hartwell's shoulders are down. This could do it. She breaks the ref's count. Somehow still has the energy for a quick kick out. Oh, God, she's blinded. Sent into the ropes and a sharp elbow to the back. And she's making her way to the top rope here. And they just busted out, looking to put the match away here. Fights the shoulder up and one. This match continues on. Drop kick hits the mark. Forearm to the face. Oh, nothing fancy about that. Oh, that'll send a shock down your spine. Vega getting out of the ring the hard way. Neck breaker. Not sure how much more Bianca Belair can take. Yeah, she has seen better days. Today, not one of them. Vicious, downright savage club right there. Had the foresight to get out of that one. Swinging the elbow to halt the offense. And is she? Yeah, it looks like she's bleeding now. Things are getting dicey for her. Climbing to the top rope here. Already set up top. Insane elbow. Is that enough to take out Zelina Vega? Now with the cover. That's gotta be it. And a kick out at 2.5. She kicked out? No way. She actually kicked out? Look at this. Snap suplex. And Bianca landing another big hit in the late stages. But Saints has spurts of looking good in this match. Can she find another one? With the glam slam. Being carried around now. Oh, God. And the action is shifted now into that dangerous area between the ring and the walls of the cell. Oh, man. Boom. Boom. Landing the uppercut. Boom, right in the button. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, that'll rattle you. Ooh. Sliding into the ring now. Oh, is that a spear? Shoulders down. to the spine. Trying to put this thing away. Shoulders down, roll up. We got a little tandem offense in our future. Running Hurricane. Counter stop, it's not over yet. And then back to Sane. Fighting back with everything she has. Sent out of the ring, the hard way. Well, they're hoisting up her opponent. We know what's next. Chops down there. Lord, scarily close to 3. The EST powering. Nice counter from Indy. Phil Nelson. Indy is ending this fight right there. Stopping the pin there. But meanwhile, here's Sane. Here's Kylie. Here's the third match. The ref didn't expect that type of contact. She's tossed right out of the ring. She sees her rising to her feet. This is her opportunity. Massive miscalculation on that one. Oh, from behind. Oh, wow. Steiner. Nice. Harwell left an opening. Someone call a dentist. Indy Hartwell. Careful! And Belair gets beat to the punch. Ooh, merciless looking blow. Oh. From behind. Back super.
I'm actually going to pause the match